Alright, y'all already know who this is. Y'all probably don't know who we is, but we that's appeal. We just wanna, you know what I'm saying? We sit here with up and coming Memphis legend. Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. We coming up on the 6-month anniversary of Gone for the Winter. You know, just
6 of them things. That's crazy. This shit, but it really like football, ain't it?
yeah, fool. What was it like putting it together? Like as far as like getting the beats, features, and you know what I'm saying, like the topics and shit. What was it like?
It was really awesome. Cause really I storyboarded out my projects, so I was really bleeding out from the fallback EP. So I was like, dang, what's the quote unquote theme? I wanted it to be like a Christmas theme, but I also didn't want it to be like a Christmas project. So I was like, alright, I'm back home now. I'm back in Memphis, back in the North working. How can I reiterate that in the winter time? So that's why you might hear the ambiance of Christmas, the ambiance of like the winter time, but it's still like the same typical Memphis stuff going on in certain parts of the album until you get to the deep.
I really love that album though, bro. I feel like you know what I'm saying, you open the lane for more storytelling based rap in Memphis versus, you know what I'm saying, the traditional rappers, you know, just killing this shit.
Not too many people do it, at least not from what I've seen. I mean, I got homies who are more on the lyrical tip section of me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people on the underground scene that's really making noise, but as far as really storytelling goes, I ain't really seen a lot of storytelling projects. Besides, I know the homie J Music on his Him project.
Shout out to J Music.
Nah, facts. Yeah. He's story told. I know homies like Ricky the Rain, Bishop Outside. It's a lot of us that do it, but I don't know if people do it like constantly, or if people just trying to put like compilation of songs.
That ain't just like mainstream Memphis. That's not what we known for.
Nah, you know we known for the gangster
trap shit.
Was it hard to find like confidence to choose that lane? Like just breaking out of norm?
Nah, not really, because I know I ain't grew up like that. Like, not saying I didn't get my fair share of troubles and learn things growing up in Memphis, but in the same sense, I'm like, bro, I'm only gonna hear this music one day. I ain't finna be out here capping like, yeah, bro, slanging balls, you know, something like nah. So I was like, if I always just directed back, like, okay, if my mother gonna hear it one day, I'd rather her hear me telling my own story for real than out here lying and just to fit an image that I know I ain't grew up in.
Right. I feel like that's the only way it can change. Like everybody going one lane.
Yeah.
If you want to like have a different lane, somebody got to start the trend.
Somebody got to start it. Folks got to gravitate to it. I mean, people gonna gravitate after a while, but it's like people got to invest in it too.
So let's dive into like the actual like album track list.
Yeah.
Like I want to speak on the intro a little bit.
Yeah.
So like, how did the intro like set the tone like for the whole album?
So I don't know if y'all heard of the artist Westside Boogie.
Yeah, I have for you.
California.
Mm-hmm.
So on his last project, More Black Superheroes, he was dealing with therapy. And Kendrick Lamar, on his last project, both of the things were big topics of therapy and stuff. So I was like, I kind of wanted to do something like that. I still kept a little bit like in the therapy here, but I was like,
I was kind of like your therapy.
Yeah, in a sense, like he making the project, it was like, okay, yeah, like this is therapeutic for me because it was able to get out stuff out. Yeah. So of course, I had the character base for this project was the therapist, Dr. Therapist, and of course Uncle Era up in there for some parts, but more so was like, you know, just really tapping into that therapy type vibe. Like, alright, so everything that you done learned from studying summer to the fallback EP, you know, apply it here, but you need to get some of it out. So how would you do it? Go there. Now, right, going real life.
Never say never.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, but that's really how the intro set the tone for it, just introducing it. And I recorded the intro. I recorded that show in London. So I recorded that show with my boy Paul Neal.
Yeah.
He what we did was, I don't know if y'all tapped into Thank God for Dope, my first ever project. The song first song on there is called Wondering. So what he did, got the beat from Wondering, reconstructed it, added his vocals, added the Tia Simone vocals on there, and just made that show Wondering too. So it really it's following from the last project, but the intro is following from the first one. So it's in a sense like times two.
What was some like your influences making this album?
For sure, wanted to still storytell, but I wanted to leave from the fallback EP in a sense, but still trying to go with the seasons. So in each project, besides Thank God for Dope, there are seasons of my life in a sense. That's why I go from summer to fall to winter, and it's all in the spring. It's like how Kanye was did his college trilogy.
Oh yeah, with college dropout, late registration, graduation.
Yeah. So I really was playing all the things of that. So I was like, how can I do it? So I just chose the seasons. So in a sense, that's really what helped cultivate it. Cause I was like, all right, what season in my life am I in now? What am I doing? What am I gonna talk about? What can people relate to in a sense? Cause we had Slick we still in COVID, but we had kind of got out of the more hectic parts of COVID.
Yeah, regulations.
Yeah. So just all in all, trying to encapsulate that and see how we
I think we did a good job.
appreciate
The first 4 songs really talk about like your environment, growing up in Memphis, growing up in North Memphis specifically. Like, do you feel like in some kind of way it shaped, you as an artist?
In a sense, because it still show. I mean, growing up in Memphis, unless you just lucky, you gonna pick up an abrasive side in some type of way. So I was just like, I didn't want to keep pushing that side to the back burner. I wanted to embrace all sides, so that was gonna go into this project. So I was like, I grew up in the North. Dad stayed in Fraser, Mom stayed in North Haven, so that's like the North. So like, let's see, can we embrace that side a little bit, let it out, just to let artists know that I can be on a smooth vibe, but I can also like turn up the beat. And I know that surprised a lot of people because my homies hit me like, bro, we ain't never heard you don't know beats like that. I was like, shit, it's just you gotta embrace the whole side so it flows through.
Yeah, it's like a duality to it, like
exactly.
you say,
You talked about your dad, man. What did he have any like influence on your music, like your relationship with him?
In a sense, like that's what helped me write Father's Time. I was like, how could I put this up in there? Because I talked about him and my grandmother passing because he died, and maybe not get the year wrong, but he died, and I think a year or two later his mother died. So I was like, how can I illustrate that to the audiences? That's why you heard the Did Make Simple saying
prayer.
Not just with the prayer, but it was an interview that I sampled out of it saying, if I was to drop dead right now, I had a life. So that's what transitioned it from the whole abrasive side to the feeling side with different women to, all right, we're really in dope consciousness now. Like, what do you be thinking about?
I peeped it, and then they went from that to like warmer days, trying to allude to like things do get better. Like, there was a lot of pain on the album. You kind of hear it like a little bit of, like real therapy, like you releasing it so you can like grow from it and get past it. So.
Warmer days is in a sense because the whole album, in a sense, if I had to break it down, it starts as a therapy session, but it ends up it ends at my cousin's funeral. That's why it's called St. Kevin Lane Take Me Home. Because it ended my cousin's funeral. So in a sense, it's like I guess you could say the album is like a grief therapeutic type of session in a sense, like it's leading up to the beginning stages of grief. I think they said like 7 or 8 stages.
7 or 8.
Yeah.
What might be 8?
7 or 8. But basically, it started at the beginning, then by the time the end of the project, you go to the funeral. So but look at how much you done been through from the beginning to the end. Right. You done grown, you done figured stuff out, you done let stuff out, so now you're able to go face this reality of which happened. But then that's why I threw that bonus track on that. So I'm like, bro, it ain't gonna end saying like shit goes up a little bit.
Oh yeah, the bonus track, they had that was it Temptation sample on it?
Yeah.
So did you pick that sample or
it came with the instrumental, but I was like it fit that little ending Christmas tone. Yeah. So I was like, okay, might as well throw that on there. Yeah. So just for folks making it out of it.
What is a ghetto angel?
A ghetto angel, in a sense, to me, because people might have different interpretations. Really, the key is that I ain't live to see their full potential. Like in the ghetto, or in the hood, ghetto, whatever you want to call it. But it's in a sense, like, of course, we in Memphis, so folks hear about gun violence every day, or folks constantly getting stuck in the cycle of the ghetto and stuff. So it's in a sense, you don't want to become a ghetto angel. That's why I sit up in there help you get to make snow angels for them angels can get you, because a lot of kids are dying of this. So in a sense, when somebody passed, y'all know how it typically go. They tie the teddy bear on the pole, use the candle lights, light these balloons, and that's just an angel stop. So like that's to get us snow angels. So that's why I was saying like we need less people becoming angels and more like trying to gravitate about it, but you can't change everything. So
I feel like, with your music, it could be used for kids to really just get aggressive, like to slow down and like really enjoy their life, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I be hoping. But I mean, you know the kids on it.
Yeah.
I can't say that because in the same sense, that was us.
Yeah.
We just weren't as far off the porch as them.
Yeah.
But I didn't get on the wave of music. I be bumping till probably like my freshman year of college. High school, bro, I was Trap House 3.
Yeah. It's your hard.
That's all I really into. But once I really got into that young adult phase, it was like when you start facing them first hardships of life, it's like, bro, I can't be listening to this. This ain't gonna make me. I need some more impactful that's gonna help me. It's like
Cole and Kendrick,
Kendrick.
stole listens and stuff.
So how important is messaging in your music? Like, you don't want to do regular shit, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't be trying to make it too preachy, but in the same sense, I also feel that you can take something from the music. So I try to incorporate little messages, but I also try to make the listener realize, like, bro, whatever you're going through, if you don't feel like nobody else going through it, at least I'm going through it with you. That's why I put my situations out there so somebody can be like, oh damn, I thought I was the only one going through it.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people going through it, but when you go through it, you feel like you're going through it alone in a sense. So just one like this, so it's really empathetic in a sense.
Yeah,
really,
definitely.
it ain't a lot of empathy here in that sense. So just trying to look at it.
Yeah, hopefully that music bring back some empathy in this motherfucker.
Man, I hope so, bro.
But yeah, I mean, but even with that, like on warmer days, I feel like that was more so like telling people like everything will be out, just have patience and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in a sense, because it was still alluding to the spring. Like I said, it's not a trilogy, but this little saga of life is going to end with a springtime.
Yeah.
So it's in a sense alluding to, when it's cold outside, it's going to get warmer eventually. When you're going through something, better days are ahead.
Right.
Even if you want to get biblical, you can't stay dark forever, the sun going to rise in the morning. However you want to say it or perceive it and take it in, it all says the same thing.
Joy coming in the morning.
Yeah, joy coming in the morning. So it's really the same thing over and over. You just got to keep it and really internalize it.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Explain black thoughts to me as if I was a white man. So a way that I can understand is if I was white.
As a white man, what
I know what a black thought is because I'm black.
Yeah.
So explain to me what are black thoughts.
Black thoughts are really, it's so many ways you can go about it. You can go about it from the people that stuck in the hood, so they have a certain mindset. The people that got to see more things, so they have a different mindset. So really, you got to be able to look at it from all those aspects. You can't be the person that's looking down on the people that stuck in the ghetto and like, oh, why can't y'all come up like me? Because it can flip on you at the end of the day and you'll be back there.
Yeah.
But you also can't get stuck in the mentality of being in the cycle. Like, you gotta want better for yourself. You gotta want to make it out of this situation. Like, or you're just gonna be stuck. Like, I see what the grown-ups were saying, it's a cycle. Like, you're gonna get stuck. So, like, you gotta be able to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Balance.
Find balance in the duality in the sense of all of it. Like, black thoughts can be beautiful some days, they can be ugly the next, but it's all a part of the black life cycle, if that's what you want to say.
It was perfect, actually.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, what did you learn from the album? Did you learn anything while making the album? Any points you want to hit on?
Yeah, what did you learn about yourself?
What I learned about myself? I really just dealt with stuff that I didn't talk about on the album. Like stuff that I probably wouldn't talk about with nobody, I just put it out there. Like the grieving cycles and how to deal with that, more things with women, like just turning it into a story, made me be able to see things from different aspects, even from working in the part of the city I work in to, like I said with the women, like different variations of how you can handle things to, grieving, how do you want to go about these steps, or stuff like that. Like real therapy. And I don't know if therapy sessions go like that. It seems like they do, but
It should.
I want a therapist come to me. You did this all wrong. It's just things like that. At least it helped myself, and hopefully it helps somebody else.
Yeah, I know at one point in the album, I know you kind of like got in the bottle. I think that was at the end of Father Time where you started pouring up and shit.
Yeah.
You had like an angel talking to you like, damn, you been drinking a lot.
Yeah, it's like it's still, you can be an angel, you can be unconscious, but in a sense, you didn't used to do that, and now you're doing it all the time. So
Yeah.
like,
You notice the change in yourself.
or you just notice the constant battle. Like, dang, every time I go out, I feel like I need a drink.
Yeah.
Every time I'm turning up with the homies, you automatically order a drink, or you ask them, what we drink now. It's like, bro, you didn't used to do it all the time. Like, she didn't notice that you were grieving, or you were stressing that much from these past issues, so now you do it all the time. So, like, alright, maybe slow down, or find a different coping mechanism in a sense.
Like,
Talk about me.
But I want to ask you too, is this little girl going off on you?
Right, it is.
At first I thought they were like, you putting on a voice.
Every time the few times I performed that song this year, like, this has been the most shit I done had shows. Every time I perform, bro, I let it play all the way out. I want the audience, like, y'all finna get some comedic relief from the like, I'm like, hey, that's fool that. Because when I was at the last show and you said that, I was like, damn, I thought that was this nigga playing. Sasha Ali, nigga. Yeah, bro. So has she heard the song, you know? Or she said she listened to the whole project. She's gonna be right, so I was like, that's big. Damn. I mean, all the homies that I've talked to about it, that we know mutual people, they were like, oh yeah, I like that song. I know it's like a mutual. It's really like if you know type song.
Yeah. But that shit was real though, fool. Yeah. I didn't even go through shit like this.
Yeah. I feel like most niggas, they just try to play it out. But like, nah, fool, it's okay. If you got your feelings hurt, bro, it's alright.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get that out.
They say, man, you know, the Memphis niggas in general, it's hard to, you know what I'm saying, have feelings like shit.
We push your people, we ain't studying none of our feelings.
Shit, I'm telling my feelings get hurt.
I'm telling you.
That's what you say.
It's crazy.
I'm telling you.
Not chicken to the face.
What we got to look forward to from Dope?
More performances this year. Like I said, more visuals about our song. Actually, after we finish this one, we're gonna get working on the visual in the future. More interviews, hopefully, more platforms. More finna start working on the last stop of this project, hopefully not too far in the future. Yeah, just be on the lookout. Follow YouTube, follow Instagram.
Alright, man. That's feel it's dope, man. That's appeal, bro. We appreciate you having us on. Can't wait to see how you drop it. Same shit.